Productions presents
Dead Loner here, and welcome to the One Gaming Soldier Review! And yeah, today I'll be reviewing The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Wow, what a mouthful. Let's start off with the plot synopsis, shall we? Bullwinkle discovers that he's the lost Earl of Moosechester, so he and Rocky go to England to collect Bullwinkle's inheritance. All the meanwhile, Boris and Natasha are trying to stop them and take the inheritance for themselves. And that's the plot in a nutshell. Now, for the review. You start the game in a nice forest setting with bombs dropping from the sky. That's just weird. Seriously, look at that. They're just parachuting down from the sky. That's just really messed up. I think Rocky and Bullwinkle should move to a different town. Boris decides to show up and ruin your day by throwing more bombs at you. Of course, he follows you every time you move, so you only have one of three choices. Run past him, which is difficult enough, stand there and throw bombs back at him, and jump before his bombs blow up, or just say screw it and ram him into oblivion. Of course, that takes some effort in itself. The hit detection is so bad you get hurt while you're ramming the enemy. Of course, the first time I played this, I had no idea you could actually play as Rocky. You can hit the select button and switch to Rocky to fly past everybody, as well as reach heights that Bullwinkle can't. So you can imagine my frustration with my first playthrough. Oh my... Wow! And I got blown up again. Oh my god. What the... Why are there more bombs? Are you... See what I mean? And one thing that they could have changed before releasing this game is the music. It just repeats itself over and over. Now, I know that the music is a big problem in most NES games, but they could have added a little variety within the stages. I mean, it's not that hard to change it up every once in a while. That's just lazy in my opinion. Anywho, along the way, they give you health pickups in the form of soft drinks. See, Ma, I told you Mountain Dew was healthy for me. Another pain in the neck is the fact that Rocky can't even walk upstairs. It's kind of annoying when you have to switch back to Bullwinkle to go to the next stage, when you have to switch right back to Rocky to reach places Bullwinkle can't. If they made it a little more fluid, the gameplay would have been a whole lot better. Oh yeah, and don't forget about the lame fact that you need to collect keys to progress through the next level. Luckily, the keys aren't too terribly hard to find, but hey, it gets quite frustrating when you can't get the key and make it to the end only to find out that you need the key to continue. But I suppose that's just more of a pet peeve than a legitimate complaint. If it's one thing you take away from this review, then it should be prepare to die. A lot. I mean, a whole hell of a lot. You will die in this game just about as much as in Ninja Gaiden. It gets frustrating. Especially when you have Boris dropping bombs from the top ledge, trying to avoid getting cut in half by a buzzsaw and making an effort not to go the wrong way when bombarded with gas bombs that confuse you right into walking backwards into the buzzsaws. Yeah, I'm getting a little irritated just thinking about it. Now, this level is by far the deadliest of the first few stages. It took me a while to figure out how to make that giant leap. This game is also not very good at letting you figure things out. I mean, how was I supposed to realize that you have to step on top of those tiny, very tiny posts that connect the wires? Generally, when there's electricity flowing on a wire, you don't want to go near it. Talk about ridiculous. Well, I figured it out and made it to the next stage anyway. So, you complete that level and then move on to the next, which kind of looks like the first stage. This time you have to leap over an alligator. Wait. What in the world is that? It looked like an alligator at first, but now it just looks like some kind of experiment escaped the friggin' science lab or something. This game is just too bizarre. Anyway. You leap over it and make your way to Natasha. She is way easier to deal with than Boris. Just ram her out of the way and enter the next stage. And the train stage. Yep, but this is where I had the most trouble. You have to keep moving or you die when you reach the left side of the screen. You have to dodge bombs yet again, and there are douchebags shooting guns at you. Yep, douchebag cowboys shooting guns. If that doesn't annoy you, then I don't know what will. This stage is such a mess. I just said screw it, I'm done. The stage pissed me off so much that when I saw that stupid game over screen for the umpteenth time, I just called it quits before I went into a nerd rage. No matter what I did, I kept getting killed by something. So, this concludes my review of the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Seriously though, they couldn't come up with a better title? It just feels so awkward to say. Now is the part of the show where I give this game my final rating. For a bad rating, it will be whatever number out of 5 middle fingers. For a good rating, it will be whatever number out of 5 thumbs up. I would have to give this a final rating of 3 out of 5 middle fingers. It just wasn't very good gameplay. The controls were laggy and hit detection sucked. It was just too much crap coming at you and piss poor controls. So, that, as they say, is that.